guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Well, yesterday was Thanksgiving, so I guess it's Christmas now, and it's time to jump on some Christmas tracks. So, one of the very few Christmas songs I have left to do is Blue Christmas. You know, so Elvis is the one that made this very, very popular in the late 50s, and so it's got Elvis is playing on the kind of a lot of the acoustic stuff, but it's also playing along with Scotty Moore. Some of this stuff that I'm playing is going to be a mixture of what Elvis is doing and Scotty Moore was doing kind of together, so we can just kind of do it all with one guitar. So you're not going to see Elvis up here doing Scotty was doing that. Or Elvis was down here doing that kind of stuff. So, but we kind of put them together and it sounds really good. All right, so we're going to start here with this first verse, which is a little bit different, or chorus. Whatever, it's a little bit different when you first comes into the song. So we have this little, when you're going to the E chord, it's a little lick that goes into it, which is this 1-2 on the A string, and then so you can just do that with those two fingers, and then grab an E chord. So when you're playing around with the E, it's just two notes there. So you see, I'm kind of can that open E. Let's go. And then we go to a B7, but it has a 3-note kind of lead into that. It starts on the upbeat. So open A string, then 1, and so I kind of like doing it like this. Open A, then the first fret on the A string, then 2. So I'm doing that all with my middle finger. So then that just puts me in position to play this B7 chord. So this is 2nd fret there on the A string, 1st fret there on the D, 2nd fret there on the G, open B, and then 2nd fret on the high E string. So with this. And just in this first verse, if you really want to get particular about it, the last time he goes into that B7, he kind of plays that lick 4 times, like this. The last time he just goes 1-2 on the A, so there's a little change there. So we have the beginning of the track. I'll have a Christmas without you. So then it just goes back to the E. So some of the times he doesn't always do that. Right, so right there. So it's really kind of one of those things. I think they're just kind of doing it off the cuff. They can just go back to this E there. After the B7, goes back to the E without that little transition. Just goes to the E. Then he does the lick. And then when it gets to decorations of red. So it starts, when it gets back down to the E, kind of strums the E for a little bit. Then it turns it into an E dominant 7th chord by just adding the 3rd fret there on the B string. And then we're going to go to this. So it goes 2-4 on the low E string to an A major chord. So I'm just playing this A major as a bar chord. So just an open A string, 2nd fret there on the D, G, and the B. So we have this. And then we're going to go back to the 2nd fret on the low E string and do a quick little chromatic. So just quick little, it's really quick. It's going to be Scotty Moore doing that. Which is 2, 3, 4 on the low E string and then back to the A chord. So we have this so far so you don't get lost. so after you do that little, go to the A chord again at that little chromatic leg. Then it hits the open A string a couple times. Then a couple times on the 4th fret on the low E string. Then the 3rd fret on the low string. And then we're going to go to this F sharp. You can do so as a regular F sharp major bar chord. That's just going to be there. He always played it like this with the thumb. So regardless, it's just a 2nd fret on the low E, just a regular major bar chord shape. 4th on the A, 4th on the D, 3rd on the G, 2nd there on the B, and a high E. So you can play that or thumb it. Kind of strum that a little bit. And then it goes into the B7, that little 3-note chromatic, into the B7. And that's the end of the first verse. So all together together we have this. Now for this second time through the verse/chorus, a little bit more involved with the chord work. And you can see here it's kind of going up and doing some more kind of chord substitutions and stuff there. So let's check out what's going on there. It looks like this. So some really cool stuff going on that. So we start kind of the same way we did the first verse with that 1-2 on the A string to the E a couple times. And then did the same little 3-note bass line leading into the B7. And then as he continues the B7 part, he doesn't do that line, he just keeps strumming the B7, just kind of just hanging out on it. And then back down to the E. And when we get back down to the E's, we have that little lick that happens on the low E string. So what he's doing here, he's sliding from 2 to 3 on the low E string, and slightly bending the low E string when he does it. A little bluesy. So we have this for the beginning of that second verse. Hanging down on the E for a second. Then they get that E7. Strumming starts picking up there. So this time when we get to the E7, you hear the strumming start to do that. Then there's a little 3-note chromatic line now that leads into the A chord, and that's going to be 2, 3, 4 on the low E string. And then into that standard A major we did earlier. And here he's going to go up and grab this. So this is going to be at the 6th fret there on the low E string, 8th fret there on the D. So I'm muting the A string with the bottom of my index finger. So I have this 8th fret there on the D, ninth fret there on the G, and 8th fret there on the B. Now, when you first hear him play this chord in the song, it's kind of, it's up there, it's here, and then when you hear it later on in the song, when he goes the same part happens later, and when he gets this chord, you can hear the high E string in there as well. So he's probably just, you know, if you know how to do one of those arc bars where you're playing the high E string, the low E string, and the high E string, but muting in between. So, arc bar. I think I just invented that. All right. So, one more time for it. From that chord, we go to the B7 again. Then we do that, and that kind of matches when it's going blue, blue, blue Christmas. So nothing new there, just kind of, from there on, it's kind of same stuff we did there already. So then when the vocals come in, you know, kind of the more advanced verse, I guess, at the end. So we got that. On an E there. So it's pretty much just two progressions. That first verse, and then what we had the second time through kind of continues for the rest of the song, where we do a little bit more complex chord shapes and stuff. Kind of a more extended chord progression. Sounds really nice though, and it's really cool. So short but sweet one here today, but just a Christmas classic now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.